Hey guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm in Fort Lauderdale in one of my favorite layover hotel rooms, mostly because of this. I love a kitchen in a hotel room. But I was about to crawl into bed and then I realized, oh, bid awards came out today. Now I had looked and recognized that I had been awarded a line. Very exciting because I was terrified I was going to be on reserve again. Oh my goodness. But I hadn't had a chance to actually look at it. So I figured I would kind of open it up with my laptop here and share with you what my schedule will look like in August. I also wanted to share with you a couple of things I received in the mail today and share a little good news, much needed good news, of a fiscal nature. So let's start with that. We are paid twice a month. I'm paid on the 15th and then the last day of the month. The last day of the month is really just 36 hours of pay. That's it. If we had earned any commissions from credit card applications, things like that, that's really it. We just get those 36 hours, that's it. The 15th is 36 hours, that half of that month. And then whatever extra hours we worked last month and per diem for last month and lead pay, all those things. So the 15th is usually the biggest paycheck. But I wasn't really expecting much. I was on reserve in June. Shoot me. Never again. I was on reserve. I was only used once for one turn by crew scheduling. And that's like almost no per diem whatsoever. And that is all part of the 72-hour minimum that I'm going to get anyway, right? I did pick up 2 short trips on my days off. So that gave me an extra like 13 hours credit on top of my 72. But the way that we're paid is so convoluted. There's 3 different kind of ways that we could potentially be paid. The automated crew pay system now just gives us the best pay of the 3 possibilities. That's the limited knowledge I have of how we're paid, but it's all automated. But I was on vacation for 1 week in June as well, and that's 28 hours of vacation. I was under the impression that 28 hours went towards the 72-hour minimum that I'll get for the month. It's just that I'm guaranteed that 72 hours and I don't 28 hours, and I didn't have to work during those hours. So I, for some reason, was under the impression that I wasn't going to get paid extra for having been on vacation because it was just going to go towards my minimum of 72 hours. I don't know. I have no idea why I'm wrong, but I was wrong. So I got a paycheck before taxes were removed. This may not sound like a lot of money to you, but it felt like plenty to me. I was paid almost just over $2,400 for that one paycheck. To me, that's a fair amount of money. After taxes, it was like $1,800, which is a good paycheck for me, a very good paycheck for me. I was expecting, because I didn't work much last month, and that means I didn't get a lot of per diem. Per diem, I'm going on and rambling, I hope I'm making sense. Per diem can be between $500 and $700, depending on how much you work, and since I hardly worked, I wasn't expecting much money. And so when I got this paycheck, I looked at it and was like, that's not right. That can't be right. So I dropped an email to Crew Pay, and I asked them, is it possible you guys could look at my paycheck one more time with a more critical eye, because I feel I may have been overpaid. I've heard horror stories where other coworkers were overpaid because of some system error, and then that extra pay that they received was taken out of a future paycheck without without warning. So it's kind of a gut punch if you weren't expecting it. Now, I'm used to that kind of pay from being on flat commission for so many years. If someone returned a very expensive piece of jewelry, the commission I earned from that sale was ripped out of my next paycheck. and I may not expect it because I didn't know it was returned, you know. So I'm kind of used to that kind of gut punch for paychecks, but I didn't want it. So I asked CrewPay to look at my paycheck, and they wrote me back saying, "Nope, that's it. You were paid normally." So whatever combination of hours and whatever it goes into, I got extra pay because of the extra 2 short trips I picked up and my vacation on top of my 72-hour minimum. I have no understanding of how that happened, but I will gladly accept it. I was expecting $1,200 and I got 18. Yay, right? So I'm putting probably 80% of that or more into my savings account that I'm trying to put towards a potential down payment for a house. That's my goal. The last paycheck of the month, I'm expecting to be about $900, maybe more, I don't know, about $900. That will go towards paying my rent and my utilities, and there won't be a lot left after that. But as long as my cell phone is paid off, my rent, my utilities, the rest of that's going to go into my savings account, and I am still using what I have left from my unemployment to buy groceries and stuff like that. So all of the extra money I have is going into my savings account because I would like to be able to put a nail in a wall and not worry about it, you know. So we'll see what happens. You're going to hear all about it when it happens. But so that is the good news I received. I thought I'd share that with you. And then I received a couple things in the mail I wanted to share with you as well. First off, this is a card from Daniel. Now, Daniel is just the sweetest man. He is the sweetest man. He and his wife are just loves. And this is just a hi, how are you doing card. It was just, you know, happy 4th of July and a little bit of chit chat. It was just super, super sweet. Sent me the card, and you know I love cats. Look at that. How cute. It's charming. And he also included a little $10 gift card. Thank you, Daniel. I did already spend that. I bought cat food for the strays, not my cats, but for the stray cats that are out in the parking lot, because my cats won't eat really anything that Target sells. I don't know, it's very strange. And then I received this postcard from Kathy, and how sweet is this? Isn't that just great? This would go on my refrigerator, but it's very thick and none of my magnets will hold it up. But I just think that's cute. It's a little town outside of Santa Maria. And it's just, that's just very nice. Thank you very much. I love this. I love that noise. And the other things I got in the mail, one of my friends sent me, thank you, a $25 Amazon gift card. And I put that towards masks. I found a 20 pack. This is just one thing. There's 4 packages like this in the box. I threw the box away. But there are 20 of these KN95 masks. Being on the fact that I'm on airplanes for 100 hours this month in July, I want to make sure I have a mask that's going to filter as much as possible to protect me and to protect other people. But my biggest concern, me. So I have these little KN95 masks. So I got 20 of these, 20 of them for $32, which if you look at the rest of Amazon, that's a pretty good deal. That's the best I could find for KN95. So I got 20 of those. This is one from some that I purchased before all this stuff went down. I wore this one yesterday and today. I'm gonna put it in the freezer because I have a freezer, just to potentially kill anything. I really shouldn't be touching the outside of this mask. Just to potentially, hopefully kill anything that's on it so I can use it again tomorrow. I reuse them because I don't have that many and I don't know how long I'll need to wear these things. So blah, blah, blah. So those are the things I received in the mail. Now let's talk about my schedule for August. I'm super excited. Number one, that I got a line. My fear was that I would be on reserve again. When in bidding, I am 386 out of 686 people. Now that sounds pretty good, but I wasn't quite sure how many people that are senior to me would take voluntary time off or bid for reserve. And it seems I was very wrong. It looks like 75% or more of the people senior to me took voluntary time off or bid for reserve. So I am super happy about that. I got my 6th choice, which isn't bad. Usually I get my 1st or 2nd choice because I bid for lines that no one else wants. But I got my 6th choice. Let's talk about it. So it's going to be a regular line. I'm not going to be chasing next month. Thank you. I'm so excited because I just hate chasing. I really, really do. So the first trip is a 4-day trip. It does not start until the 8th, and that's great only because my last trip of July runs into August. I think I get back late on the 3rd. So that means I'll have 5 days off between trips. I might just take those 5 days off and relax and hang out with the cats, mostly because I'm working so much in July that I really think the cats feel, I don't know, left out. Or, I mean, I was home for 2.5 months. So I think that I'm gone a lot this month. I might stay home with the cats. But if I can find a 1-day trip or maybe a 2-day trip, that I would take that too. I'd think about maybe picking up a little extra something just again to put that money towards a future endeavor like a house. So my first trip is on the 8th. The report time is at 8:15 p.m. So that's great in that I can let Buddy out. He can spend as much time as he wants outside. I can stay home, nap, eat, meal prep, whatever I want to do, and still have the whole day to myself. It's one leg to Oakland. Yay, it's booked at 1 hour and 32 minutes. So easy peasy. And then I have 30 hours off in Oakland. Now, if the train, I don't know how closed San Francisco is with this pandemic, but I'm hoping that at least the train is running between the airport and San Francisco. So I'll walk into San Francisco and just walk around town, even if things are closed, just to kind of walk around San Francisco in July is just going to be lovely. So that is my goal into spending a little time in Oakland. The rest of the trip isn't terribly easy. The next day is 4 legs: Oakland, Houston, New Orleans, back to Houston, and then to Tampa. Oh gosh, that day is blocked at 8 hours and 22 minutes. It's gonna be a long day. And then the last day is Tampa, Cleveland, Vegas. So that's not bad. That's blocked at 6 hours and 44 minutes. The trip is only worth 18 credits. So it's not the worst, but it's also not great. But it's got that long layover, so that's good. The next trip starts on the 15th. So I've got 3 days off between trips. Showtime is 4:35 p.m. So once again, I can let Buddy out. We can do our thing. The first leg is just flying from Vegas to Detroit. Again, super easy. I got 11 hours in Detroit, not a lot of time, but enough time to sleep. The next day is one leg from Detroit to LA, where I have 17 hours. Now I get into LA at 2:30, and so we get to the hotel about maybe 3:30. And the next day I have to be up at 8:10. My report time is 8:10, so I only have like 17 hours in Los Angeles. Not bad. I don't know if Randy and Julie are around, but if you guys are around, I have some time on it's going to be on Sunday, I think, the 16th. Let's see, the next day is just LA, New Orleans, Tampa. It's all in the same direction, so that's good. And I've got 15 and a half hours there. The next day is Tampa, Cleveland, back to Las Vegas. Ta-da! I've got 3 days off. I have another 4-day trip. That one I have LA to where is that? Minneapolis, St. Paul, then to Atlanta, and I've got 10 hours in Atlanta. That's hard because it's hard. By the time we get to the shuttle and back to the hotel, it's going to be at least an hour, hour and a half, and then do that in reverse to get back to the airport in time. So I'll probably have enough time for maybe 5 or 6 hours of sleep that night. So that'll be hard. But the next day, I fly Atlanta to Newark to Myrtle Beach. It's kind of a fairly long-ish day, but I have 24 hours, 25 hours in Myrtle Beach. Now, Myrtle Beach, I'm not expecting to be very busy or I hope, because, that whole area is a hotbed of, sickness. So I may just hang out by the pool if the pool is open, or I might go into around the beach area, but just avoid people entirely. I haven't had a long Myrtle Beach layover ever, so it'll be nice to do that. But the next day I just go to Newark. I have 12 hours, 13 hours in Newark, and then the last day is a deadhead from Newark to Tampa, so that's not bad. And then I work Tampa, Cleveland, Las Vegas. So that's not bad. The last trip of the day, the month, is a 3-day trip, and that's very unusual for me. I usually work 4 days. But the first day is one leg. My report time for the third trip is 12:50 p.m. So I can let Buddy out and have him come in at his own pace. The last trip, my report time is 8:45 p.m. We just fly to LA. Easy peasy. I'm there for 16 hours. And then, so we arrive into LA at like 11 o'clock at night, and then I have to leave at 4. So I'm not there for a real long time, but the LA hotel is very nice. Then I go to LA to Nashville. We have 13 hours in Nashville. And then the last leg of that month is going to be Nashville, Vegas, which is a really long trip. Las Vegas to Seattle. Then Seattle back to Las Vegas. That day is blocked to 8 hours and 52 minutes. Now, I'm only legally allowed to be scheduled to work up to 9 hours. So God help me if there's a challenge with with that day, because it's already going to be a long one, but we'll see. So that is my schedule for August. I'm very pleased. Now, my goal when bidding was to have a lot of time off, a lot of days off in a row, allowing me an opportunity to pick up a 3 or a 4 day trip. So, because that could equal a fair amount of money. But I didn't get a lot of time off, just a little bit. But the trips I have are nicely spaced out, so I have some time for sanity between my trips. And the trips are fairly normal. There's only a couple days that are going to be long. And I've got at least 2 really great layovers. So I can't complain at all. Very happy in the end. So there you are. Now, I'm gonna let you guys go, and then I'm going to have my restore, my little teamy restore. I meant to have that a little bit ago, but I got busy talking with you guys. So I'll make this, I'll crawl into bed with it, and I'll probably watch some YouTube as I sip my little hot beverage, and then crawl into bed. I'm not gonna even set an alarm for tomorrow because my van time isn't until 4:30. There's nothing to do around here tomorrow. So I'm just gonna sleep in as long as I possibly can. Again, I'm smiling so broadly because, my cat Buddy wakes me up between 2 and 3 in the morning every morning. So it'll be really nice to sleep as long as I want and not be woken up, as much as I love him. Yeah, there you go. So I hope they found that interesting, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Thanks for watching. Fly safe.